Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a loop that you just can't get away from? Like your mind just keeps replaying the same fears, the same what ifs over and over and over again? Maybe you're driving or laying in bed and then you feel it. A tightness in your chest, your heart pounding, and this overwhelming feeling that something is just wrong. You can't even pinpoint why. It just feels like the world is too loud, too heavy, and way too much. You are not alone, and I want you to know that you are not broken. What you are feeling is called anxiety, and it is very real, and it does not define you. In this video, we are going to go deeper than just quick tools and quick tips or surface level advice. We're going to unpack anxiety in a way that will make you feel seen, understood, and empowered to take back control of your own life. So take a breath. You've got this, and I'm here with you. I'm Florentina, and welcome to my channel. If you've ever felt like you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, like you can't catch a break or catch a breath, this space is for you. We talk about mental health, personal growth, relationships, and all the messy, beautiful parts of life that so many of us are navigating. And today, we are diving right into anxiety. If you're here, chances are you felt it before. The overthinking, the spiraling, the way it grips you when you least expect it. Or maybe you're here because you know someone that is going through this and you want to understand what they're feeling. Either way, I'm so glad you're here. This isn't going to just be a list of symptoms or cookie cutter advice. We're going to actually talk about what anxiety feels like, why it happens, what you can do to start healing, because healing is definitely possible even when it doesn't feel like it. Stick with me because this conversation could literally change everything. So, what is anxiety? Let's start with what anxiety actually is. Because when you're in the thick of it, it feels like a monster controlling you and every thought that you have. But anxiety is actually your body's way of protecting you. It's part of your body's alarm system designed to keep you safe from danger. Imagine this. You're walking into the woods and a tiger jumps right out at you. Your brain instantly goes into survival mode. Your heart races, breathing speeds up to give you enough oxygen, and your senses sharpen so that you can focus on one thing, staying alive. That's anxiety at work. And in that situation, it's very helpful. It's keeping you alive. But here's where it gets tricky. In modern life, there aren't any tigers. Instead, your brain starts treating work emails, social events, and even random thoughts as if they're life and death situations. It's like your alarm system gets stuck in overdrive, constantly shouting, danger, 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 even when you're safe. And the thing about anxiety is it does not just stay in your head. It takes over your whole body. Your chest tightens, your stomach churns, your hands shake, and you feel like you cannot catch your breath. It's definitely not imaginary. It's real and it's very exhausting. So what is the deeper impact of anxiety? Anxiety is not just about all those intense physical moments. It's sneaky. It creeps into the corners of your life in ways that you don't even think or even notice. It's avoiding opportunities because of the fear of failure. Feels unbearable. It's overthinking every single conversation that you've ever had, wondering if you came across as awkward or said the wrong thing. It's lying awake at night, replaying mistakes from years ago, or worrying about things that have not happened yet. It is a constant pressure to be perfect, to have it all together, even when you're falling apart inside. It's feeling like you're running a race that you just simply can't win, no matter how hard you try. And the hardest part, anxiety convinces you that you are the only person going through this and that you're alone. Nobody else could possibly understand what you're going through. But that's definitely not true. You're not alone. Anxiety loves isolation, but healing happens in connection. I'm going to say that one more time just so everybody can understand that and understand how deep that is. Anxiety loves isolation, while healing happens through connection. So why does anxiety happen? It's a question that so many of us ask ourselves. Why do I feel this way? What's wrong with me? But let me stop you right there. Nothing is wrong with you. Anxiety is complex, and it happens for a variety of reasons. 1, your biology. 2, your past. And 3, the present. Some of us are just simply wired to be more sensitive to stress. If anxiety runs in your family, it might be part of your genetic makeup. Maybe you grew up in a household where you always had to be on high alert. Or maybe you experienced trauma that has taught your brain to see the world as unsafe. Or modern life is very overwhelming. We're constantly bombarded with information, comparisons, and expectations. However, the important thing to remember is that anxiety isn't your fault. It's not a failure. It's not a weakness. It's just your brain trying to protect you, even if it's doing it in a way that feels overwhelming. So how can we manage anxiety? So now let's talk about what we can do when anxiety shows up, because it will show up, but it does not have to control you. Number one, recognize it without judgment. Instead of saying things like, why am I like this? Try saying, I'm feeling a little anxious right now, but that's okay. Naming it can take some of the power away from it. Anxiety thrives on what ifs and worst case scenarios. To break this type of cycle, you want to ground yourself. Try this. Look around and name 5 things that you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. 3, challenge your thoughts. Anxiety loves to lie to you. It may say things like, you're going to fail, or you're not good enough. When these type of thoughts come up, what you want to do is ask if these are true. What is the evidence for and against this thought? Number 4, move your body. Anxiety builds tension inside your body, and movement helps release it. Whether it's walking, stretching, or dancing in your living room, find what works for you. 5, seek support. You do not have to do this alone. Therapy is life-changing. A good therapist knows how to help you understand your anxiety, work through the root causes, and help you build coping strategies that work specifically for you. I know how overwhelming anxiety can feel because I lived it. There was a time that I avoided opportunities, relationships, and even myself because I didn't know how to handle the constant noise in my head. I felt stuck and in a loop that I could not escape. But here's what I learned. Anxiety is part of you. It does not define you. You are so much more than your worst days. Healing is not about getting rid of anxiety. Healing is not about never feeling anxious again. It's learning to live alongside it in a way that gives you your life back. If this video resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. What's one thing anxiety has taught you about yourself? Share it in the comments. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Let's keep having these type of conversations, building the community, reminding each other that we are not alone in this. Remember, you are not your anxiety. You are strong, worthy, and capable of peace. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.